Hey guys, thanks for tuning back into another episode of Ask North Arrow. I'm here with Casey and Eric McGill, who is owner of CrossFit Fade. I'm going to let Casey kind of give you a little bit of background about Eric so you kind of know who he is.
Eric and I have been working together for several years now. Started working together a lot this winter on a specific strength endurance program that we're putting some people through. But Eric has like 5 national championships in strength sports, as well as a world title.
Yep.
Has been a strength coach for 18 years. Let's just say that when it comes to strength in all sorts of sports, Eric has been around the block. So we brought in the big dog for today's questions.
All right, well, so our first question, Casey's going to go ahead and answer that. It's, well, go ahead and take it away, Casey.
So question number 1 this week was specific to strength exercises or strength routines to become a stronger cyclist and really also transitioning into the run. So this is a question from a triathlete looking to get stronger on the bike so that they can be stronger on the run. And really what it comes down to, I don't know if I'd say there were really specific exercises I would prescribe to somebody that will make them more specifically stronger from bike to run. It's really just going to be overall leg strength. So the more you are lifting, the more you're learning to recruit more muscle, you're going to just have stronger legs, and when you get off the bike, you're going to be stronger on the run. I would say also part of that is pacing on the bike. So if you get on the bike and you go ripping for the best bike split that you've ever had and expect to have a great run, you're probably going to be a little disappointed. So a great run split comes from having a very planned out, smart bike split. But strength is key to that, and I think Eric would be great in terms of, so what are some great strength exercises that will make you stronger on the bike, stronger on the run? They're going to be similar exercises.
Yeah, so, for the legs, you always start with squatting, all right? Think of squatting as your base, okay? You build a house on a concrete foundation, okay? Squatting is your pillars of strength for your legs, okay? Now, off season, there's different ways to approach squatting, okay? Don't squat the same way all the time. And this question kind of leads into the next question that we have for you on someone asking about, closer to season, how do I fit into strength training? Strength training in the off season, you can focus on just building raw strength, okay?
So lifting heavier.
Lifting heavier, perfecting the move. You get in closer to season, that's when we can get into concentric and eccentric squatting. So you want that transition. So for instance, like 16 reps, but 3 of them are 3 count down, 3 count up, 5 fast, 3 count up, 3 count down, 5 fast. Okay, different variations of squatting with lighter loads to get a different effect on, say, when you're cycling and you're switching gears. Okay, it's essentially you're switching the gear of the squat. Okay, that'll translate really well over to mimicking what you actually go through with running and biking. Okay, because you're pacing different paces, okay?
Yeah.
So you're pacing the squat, the
squat
set you're doing.
And I think to go along with that, a lot of people think, I'm assuming, but the general thought is that if I go to lift, I have to lift as heavy as I can lift, and I should be sore the next day.
Yeah.
And so I'm sure the person that asked that question, like, how do I incorporate strength into my routine during the season, because I'm sure they don't want to be sore when they've got bike intervals coming up. So if you go to strength train, there are so many different ways to do it. You don't have to lift so much that you're just wrecked. You can do things where you're doing more reps at a lighter weight, you're doing them by count, you're doing them fast, you're doing them slower. Even body weight exercises will do a lot to maintain muscle mass, help you stay strong during the season, but not absolutely wreck you so that you can't do your standard workouts.
Yeah, so the number one thing you gotta know about strength training is it's tension. So time under tension is what makes you strong. Weight does not make you strong, tension makes you strong. So incorporating it into your warm-ups, incorporating slow and controlled air squatting into your warm-ups before you bike or run will make your legs stronger, okay? again, doing things with lighter loads, but focusing on tension. Tension's key to everything. So start with squatting on the leg exercise, okay? Next, your base leg strength exercises, I would say squatting, lunging, okay? Lunges are fantastic, especially for hamstring glute.
And those can be underweight or not
Yeah,
underweight. You can
be,
grab some dumbbells
body
and
weight,
weight it, yeah.
weighted. Again, you can do slow and controlled lunges, speed jumping lunges. There's a lot of different moves to do for leg strength.
Yep.
So
So we've got squats. You can do them fast. You can do them slow.
Yep.
You can do them unweighted. You can do them weighted.
Yep.
You can use them before you hop on the bike, so that
Absolutely.
You're warmed up and ready to go. Build strength that way. We've got lunges are a great exercise.
Yep.
You can do them weighted, non-weighted, jumping lunges, controlled lunges. A lot of different ways to do those.
You know, calf raises before any, bike or run are fantastic, because I don't know about you, but when I, bike or run, my calves blow up on me like pretty quickly.
Yeah.
So, you can start with some, slow and controlled calf raises, some good calf stretching, and really incorporate the whole leg. Now, if you go to a regular gym and you got a leg presses are great, okay? And doing those, again, slow and controlled, doing one-legged leg presses are extremely beneficial, slow and controlled, with basically no weight but the
even
thing
just
you're
the weight of
pushing.
the device,
And just learning how to get tension in your muscles is key. That'll immediately make you stronger. But incorporating those in to warm up, I think, is especially important, because then you're getting it all the time.
To go back on squats,
Yes.
I think squats are so important, not just because they work your legs,
Yeah.
but they're also going to work your low back, and they're going to work your entire midsection. And so when I think about, like, say, a gravel cyclist that's going to ride 100 miles in one day, your core is going to need some work. And so
Absolutely.
So things like lunges are great, things like the leg press are great, but the squat is such a great
The
workout.
squat is like the king of all weightlifting. For overall body strength.
Yeah.
The stronger your legs are, the stronger your upper body is. I know some people don't understand that, but because, put it this way, like when I squat, if I'm doing relatively anything close to max load or high rep, multiple sets, after I'm done squatting, like, the next day or so, or sometimes 2 days later, you're even more sore. My stomach, chest, and upper back is fried when I squat.
Yeah.
Okay? Just as much as my legs, because I'm so tense in my stomach and chest and breaking the bar on me, because I want to keep as much tension as possible. Like, my whole upper body's sore, and I did nothing but squeeze.
Yeah.
Form
being key, and we do have videos on the YouTube channel here specific to Eric and I going over proper form of the squats. So if you're going to incorporate squats, start by learning with just a bar.
Absolutely.
Or even just body weight.
Body weight first, learning your tension points, okay?
As well as your range of motion.
I'll do a tension point for you real quick, okay? So the difference in tension points, all right? So a lot of people squat, they go all the way down. This is just relaxing. There's no tension here, okay? I'm just kind of hanging out here. Even if I put my chest up, I still have no tension.
Yeah.
If I put tension in my legs, I just move 2 inches, 3 inches, okay? That is tension. So squatting with tension is different than just relaxed squatting.
Yeah.
Okay? So,
and you may not have that range of motion when you start.
Exactly.
And that's okay. You might not be able to go down
maybe
that far.
2 inches above parallel.
Yeah.
There's everyone depends on your hips, ankles, knees, how tight your whole body is. If you've got tight hamstrings, tight quads, tight IT bands, that's all going to affect everything. But going down with proper tension and only going as low as you can go with tension is most important. All the athletes I train, if there's a lot of them that are super flexible, so they can go, ass to grass, but they lose tension halfway down.
Yeah.
So they just really are just
flopping,
dropping and folding.
Yeah.
Even though they can go down that far, it's not benefiting them. Only go down as far as you can with maintaining tension.
Yeah.
And then that's how you'll get strong.
Yeah.
Dropping at the bottom just because you're flexible. I mean, the second you lose tension, that's when all the bad things happen. That's when the injuries happen, and they happen so quick. Back can go out, hip can go out. It's just nothing good happens when you lose tension under load. So you can get away with it when warming up an air squat, and I encourage people to relax in the bottom, then squeeze their hamstrings, butt, stomach, so they can see the difference of what tension is and what is not tension.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Proper form.
Yep.
So in terms of incorporating it, that was a specific question that somebody asked. Where would I put this in my cycling routine? So if you were asking me, what I would do is I would keep incorporating squats throughout the season. I would try to do it 2 days a week, which I know can be a challenge, but only doing it 1 day a week is going to be hard to maintain the work that you're doing now during the winter. But you have to remember too, is that you don't have to continue to lift so hard that you're sore. So I would bring the amount of weight that you're squatting down, and I would do more reps. And then what I would do is, if I was scheduling for you, say we were doing bike intervals on a Tuesday, Monday what I would have you do is your lifting routine, and then I would have, after you do your lifting routine, I would have you do some form of low endurance building ride. So you're going to lift, and then that ride is going to help stretch everything out and keep you from tightening up, so that the next day for your bike intervals on Tuesday, you're primed and ready to go. Your legs are going to be really warmed up, they're going to be ready to fire, and I would suspect that you would get a better bike interval by being warmed up. And then Wednesday, some sort of relaxing, or not relaxing, but like an easier day to recover from your bike interval. And then I would take you through the same routine again. You're lifting on Thursday with some sort of easier workout to help you loosen things up if you lift. Hard bike intervals on Saturday, and then that takes you or on Friday, and then that takes you into your weekend of, most of the time people are doing longer rides on the weekend. Your saddle time is when you're doing it. So I wouldn't be afraid to do 2, and I wouldn't be afraid to lift the day before you're doing your intervals, as long as you're not killing yourself. If you're lifting so much that you're sore, it's going to make for bad intervals, but you can lift without killing yourself and have it be beneficial.
Yeah, and I think another point to that is tracking. A lot of training is trial and error. I mean, everyone's body reacts differently. So some people respond well to certain rep ranges. Some people respond really well to high rep ranges, low rep ranges. So a lot of it is tracking what you do. Another huge aspect is tracking not just your workouts, but tracking your food. During that, especially if you're going to say, okay, I'm gonna try 2 days a week for 4 weeks. Okay, well you can't, eat immaculate and recover great for 1 week, and then have a couple crappy weeks and say, I can't lift 2 days a week. Well, if your eating's just crap and your sleep's crap, then you can't blame that on lifting. You gotta understand, you really have to do a good test and see what you're able to handle and not handle based on all the variables.
Yeah,
the recovery, the food, and the training.
Yeah,
you can't just pick one and make a decision and say, I can't lift 2 days a week, when you ate 8 egg McMuffins that week. I don't know.
Yeah, you're really, if you're going to put something in place and test it, you really need to be doing it for 6 to 8 weeks.
Yes.
And so many, it's a whole other question in terms of
true.
How does nutrition play a role, and when do you put it in, and that's a whole other topic we could talk on forever. But really what it comes down to, I think that what is important for whether what you implement is working or not working is consistency.
Yes.
And those days are going to, if you're going to be lifting with some recovery work into hard interval days and then a recovery day and do it again, you're going to need to be eating properly. You're going to need to be eating good food, because that will play a big role, but we won't get into too much.
We just want to get into making sure, like, if you're going to commit to 2 days a week, really pay attention to the first couple weeks in how your body's responding to it.
Yeah.
If immediately, if everything else is dialed in, recovery, eating, and then you train, and 2 weeks in, you're just like so sore and incapable, then obviously you have to change something up. But you just need to be able to pay attention to your training and what you're doing.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks, Eric, for coming in for this
thank
episode, and
we did the best we could. That was two tough questions this week. That are
Those
so
are great questions.
they're so individualistic in terms of saying for Eric or I to say, okay, go squat 120 pounds, this many reps, this many times. That what I just said might fit one person out of 100 that watched that video. So I would just encourage you, if you have more questions, it's something that really interests you, you want to get more dialed in, reach out to myself or reach out to Eric, and we can talk about how we might be able to incorporate some more specific coaching for you that would be to your individualistic needs. So, but I think this is a good overall idea of some of the different exercises, how you could put it in your routine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
all right. Well, if you have any more questions for Ask North Arrow, it's at asknortharrow@gmail.com. Thanks again.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.